The late-night street glows with the vibrant, almost ethereal neon of a coffee shop sign, painting the bustling urban scene. Inside, Adrian Lamo, a large, soft-spoken young man, is hunched over a cheap laptop, lost in concentration. He sips a single espresso, his gaze locked on lines of code and corporate directories, his focus intense. The baristas, accustomed to his silent presence, glance at him occasionally, a familiar fixture in the urban landscape. His quiet intensity is a stark contrast to the surrounding city, a beacon of digital purpose in the night. In the desolate corner of an abandoned building, Adrian lies on a makeshift bed of cardboard and old blankets, a solitary figure. The biting cold seeps into his bones, a harsh reminder of the warmth he lost. His gaze is fixed on the crumbling ceiling, but his mind is elsewhere, racing. He navigates complex digital pathways, seeking vulnerabilities within the system. His thoughts are a whirlwind of code and potential exploits, a silent battle waged in the dark. The Silicon Valley skyline awakens, a majestic expanse of glass towers piercing the pre-dawn darkness. As the first rays of dawn kiss the horizon, the gleaming facades of corporate giants catch fire with golden light. Amongst the rising sun, one particular building stands out, a digital mansion of power and influence. This is Adrian Lamo's domain, a shadowy figure who navigates its intricate passages unseen, a ghost in the machine. In a bustling coffee shop, Adrian sits at a sticky table, his laptop glowing with a faint light. He's on a call, his voice a calm, reassuring balm as he speaks into the receiver. Mimicking a stressed-out contractor, Adrian skillfully weaves jargon into his conversation, building credibility. The faint voice of a switchboard operator guides him through the process, a distant, helpful echo. His expression remains placid, a stark contrast to the carefully constructed persona he projects. In the cold heart of a corporate server room, the air hums with untold power, and flashing lights dance across server racks. Intricate wiring weaves a complex web, a fortress of digital defenses. Adrian's digital presence, a phantom of glowing code, materializes like a whisper in the machine. He breaches the impenetrable wall, not with force, but with an ethereal grace, a silent invasion of light. Adrian, hunched over his laptop, wears a faint smile as his fingers dance across the keyboard with a flurry of precise movements. He leans back, his smile widening almost imperceptibly as a triumphant notification flashes on the screen. With a quiet click, he snaps the laptop shut, the sound belying the magnitude of his silent achievement. A small, almost imperceptible gesture to the barista signals his request for a reward. Moments later, a fresh espresso is placed before him, a symbol of his quiet victory. Sunlight filters through the leaves, dappling a quiet suburban street in Malden, Massachusetts, a picture of 1980s tranquility. A younger Adrian, no older than 5, sits on the curb, his gaze fixed on his father. His father, a software developer, patiently explains complex logical sequences, drawing diagrams and symbols on a small whiteboard. Adrian, though young, seems utterly captivated by his father's words, his eyes wide with wonder and understanding. His mother, a teacher, watches from the porch, a proud, loving smile gracing her lips. The scene is a tender tableau of early learning and familial pride, bathed in the soft glow of a bygone era. The Lamo family dines under a soft chandelier glow, untouched plates reflecting the intellectual sparring that fills the air. Abstract concepts and complex theories are exchanged, a sophisticated discourse masking a subtle tension. Young Adrian, no older than 10, sits at the table, his eyes wide with an intense, absorbing curiosity. He takes in every word, a silent observer of the philosophical debates swirling around him. Beneath the polished conversation, an almost imperceptible tension hangs heavy, a silent undercurrent in the elegant room. In Adrian's bedroom, a lone blue-white glow from a computer monitor pierces the oppressive night. 12-year-old Adrian is hunched over the keyboard, his fingers dancing across the keys with practiced ease. Lines of text scroll rapidly on the screen, a mesmerizing gateway into the nascent digital realm. He's not playing a game. He's navigating the silent, intricate world of bulletin board systems. Adrian is utterly engrossed, his young mind lost in the silent world of data and information. The screen's glow illuminates his face, reflecting a profound connection to the unseen digital universe. In a sterile doctor's office, weak sunlight barely pierces through the blinds, casting long shadows. Adrian, a teenager, sits stiffly on a worn leather chair, his gaze locked on the doctor. The doctor's voice, low and measured, delivers a diagnosis that hangs heavy in the air. Adrian's face flickers with defiance. Then a shadow of dawning understanding, a tempest brewing unseen. The doctor's words echo. Adrian, after careful evaluation, we've determined you're experiencing bipolar disorder. Adrian's eyes, wide with a complex mix of emotions, betray the silent battle within. Adrian sits amidst the classroom's dull hum, his eyes fixed blankly on an open textbook, a world away from the lesson. The teacher's voice, a monotonous drone, washes over him, unheard, a mere background noise to his internal world. His gaze drifts, a silent rebellion against the confines of the classroom, his mind yearning for escape. He feels the weight of the curriculum, a cage around his restless spirit, longing to break free. Disdain for traditional education flickers in his eyes, a silent testament to his yearning for something more. San Francisco's vibrant energy pulses through the bustling street as Adrian, a young man, stands out amidst the crowd. His worn backpack, a silent testament to a long journey, rests on his shoulders. Adrian's gaze sweeps across the cityscape, a blend of curiosity and fierce determination in his eyes. He seeks something deeper than the surface, a hidden purpose beyond the ordinary. In a bustling college admissions office, young applicants, dressed smartly, fill out forms, their faces a blend of hope and anxiety. Each pen stroke on the applications feels heavy, carrying the weight of their futures. Amidst the crowd, Adrian sits alone, a stark contrast, his fingers flying furiously across a laptop keyboard. His intense focus suggests a world apart as he types for access to mainframes, a different kind of ambition. The blur of his fingers is a testament to his unique drive, setting him apart from the hopeful masses. The sprawling newsroom of the New York Times, a hive of activity, pulses with an electric energy. Journalists hunch over keyboards, fingers flying. A symphony of rapid-fire typing fills the air. Telephones ring incessantly, each call a potential story breaking, a world in motion. The air hums with the low thrum of institutional authority, a palpable weight of history and power. A tangible sense of prestige permeates the very fabric of the room, a silent testament to its legacy. In a temporary apartment, Adrian, now 22, hunches over a cheap laptop, its dim glow illuminating his face in the darkness. His eyes, intense and focused, reflect the screen's light, revealing a deep concentration as he works. He meticulously studies the internal corporate directories of the New York Times, his gaze unwavering. This is not a look of greed, but something far more abstract, a hidden motive burning within his gaze. The quiet intensity of the room is broken only by the soft hum of the laptop, a silent witness to his purpose. A complex web of glowing data and interconnected lines forms a sprawling digital landscape, pulsating with unseen energy. Adrian's digital avatar, sleek and ethereal, emerges into this intricate network, a silent guardian of information. With effortless grace, the avatar glides through the digital realm, leaving shimmering digital breadcrumbs in its wake. The intranet hums with a constant, unseen flow of information, a vibrant tapestry of data. Adrian's presence is a whisper in the digital storm, a silent journey through the heart of the network. On a screen, lines of code and data scroll rapidly, forming a complex digital visualization. Suddenly, Adrian Chen appears prominently within a database of expert sources in the Times system. Adrian watches, a private, almost mischievous grin spreading across his face. With a few swift keystrokes, he adds his own entry to the database. His grin widens, a silent testament to his cunning act, as his name is now etched into the system. In the FBI office, Agents' faces are bathed in the cool blue glow of monitors, their expressions etched with intense focus. Screens display a complex web of Adrian's digital footprints, each pixel a clue in the intricate puzzle they're solving. They meticulously piece together the fragments of his intrusions, constructing a chilling tapestry of his illicit activities. A palpable sense of urgency permeates the room as the agents work, their collective determination a silent, growing force. Adrian slumbers on a cot in the crowded, dimly lit homeless shelter, lost in a fragile peace. Suddenly, harsh overhead lights flicker on, brutally illuminating the worn faces and silent desperation. Two imposing figures loom over Adrian, their menacing shadows stretching long and dark across the concrete floor. Adrian jolts awake, his two worlds colliding in a shocking instant of fear and disorientation. Adrian, disheveled and weary, is escorted by law enforcement through a chaotic throng. Flashes erupt from cameras, blinding lights illuminating his tired face. Reporters shout questions, their voices a cacophony of accusations and demands. He is the homeless hacker, a new kind of celebrity, caught in the media storm. His gaze is fixed forward, a silent testament to his unexpected notoriety. A news anchor, impeccably dressed, sits at a sleek, futuristic desk, his grave voice resonating through the studio. Behind him, a stark graphic flashes digital insecurity, the new millennium's threat, a chilling prophecy. In a dimly lit room, Adrian watches himself on a small, flickering television, a spectral figure in the static. The news anchor's voice booms. Tonight, we report on the arrest of Adrian Lamo, a name now synonymous with digital insecurity. The static-laced image distorts Adrian's face, making him appear almost spectral, a ghost in the machine. The anchor concludes, his actions have exposed vulnerabilities, leaving a trail of questions and fears in their wake. In a sterile room, Adrian sits, hands clasped, the harsh lights amplifying the quiet. He faces a therapist, his gaze intense, a battle within his eyes. I believe I have what some might call a messianic complex, Adrian declares, his voice measured. But it's more than that. I'm a digital vigilante. I'm doing what needs to be done. His conviction deepens, a flicker of zeal in his eyes. You see, my actions, they're justified. The therapist listens, her expression unreadable, as Adrian's words hang in the stark white air. In a corporate boardroom, Adrian, sharp-suited, commands attention before a projection screen, an aura of quiet intensity surrounding him. He gestures to complex diagrams and lines of code, his words echoing in the sterile tension of the room. Executives, a mix of veterans and tech-savvy types, react with skepticism and intrigued focus, their expressions shifting. Adrian's voice cuts through the silence. My time away has given me a unique perspective. I've identified critical vulnerabilities. I can fix them. In a stark room on a military base in Iraq, Bradley Manning sits, bathed in the cold glow of a computer screen. His face, young and troubled, reflects the classified documents scrolling before his eyes. He appears utterly isolated, the weight of the information he sees pressing down upon him. The screen's light illuminates the burden etched onto his features, a silent testament to his inner turmoil. In his dimly lit quarters, Bradley Manning's face is illuminated by the harsh glow of a computer screen, contorted in distress. He scrolls rapidly through diplomatic cables and war logs, each line of text deepening the furrows on his brow. Bradley's expression shifts from horror to profound disillusionment, a silent, internal battle raging within him. He struggles with the atrocities unfolding before his eyes, a heavy weight pressing down on his spirit. A deeply personal conflict of gender identity adds another layer of torment to his already burdened soul. Adrian's apartment, once chaotic, now holds a semblance of order as he sits, engrossed by his computer screen. A new email notification flashes, its sender, Bradley Manning, sparking a flicker of curiosity in Adrian's eyes. With a soft whir of the computer, Adrian clicks the email, the quiet room unaware of the impending shift in his life. He remains oblivious, the click a single, irreversible step into an unknown future. A digital interface glows, a stark canvas for a torrent of text lines. Words flash into existence with relentless urgency, a frantic exchange unfolding. The screen fills with the rapid-fire dialogue of two isolated individuals. Each line appears and disappears, painting a vivid picture of their intimate conversation. The text streams, a digital heartbeat of unspoken emotion and connection, a relentless digital dance, revealing the raw urgency of their hidden world. Adrian's apartment is swallowed by night, only the stark glow of a computer screen illuminating his focused face. Long, dancing shadows stretch across the room as Adrian leans closer, his eyes fixed on the instant message window. His features are etched with intense concentration, every muscle taut as he reads the words. Manning's words appear on screen, mentioning a massive trove of classified documents, a chilling revelation. The phrase, "collateral murder," materializes, and Adrian's expression abruptly shifts from focus to profound shock. A heavy contemplation settles upon him, Adrian absorbing the immense gravity of each word, frozen in thought. Inside the WikiLeaks office, a chaotic jumble of screens and keyboards hums with unseen activity. Julian Assange, gaunt and focused, moves like a phantom amidst the digital storm, a fleeting presence. His intense movements are a backdrop to a brewing storm of thought, a decision about to be made. The weight of a monumental choice hangs in the air, a path irrevocably chosen. The inner voice echoes with steely resolve. I knew what I had to do. A silent vow solidifies. I would leak everything to WikiLeaks. A world-altering act. In his cramped apartment, Adrian paces, the small space intensifying his inner turmoil. He runs a hand through his hair, his face etched with the profound conflict of a monumental decision. The choice protecting Manning or exposing him hangs heavy, a moral burden. His outlaw past clashes with a newfound sense of duty, a war raging within his soul. In his apartment, Adrian reaches for his phone, his hand trembling with an unspoken dread. His face, grim and etched with resolve, reflects the weight of his decision as he dials the number. Each digit pressed is a step closer to an irreversible act, his breath held tight. The phone vibrates, a lifeline or a noose, as he connects to the Army's Criminal Investigation Command. A single tear escapes, tracing a path down his resolute cheek as he prepares to speak his truth. A digital storm rages across the hacker forum, a torrent of angry messages flooding the screens. Adrian's name flashes, vilified and branded as a snitch amidst the furious digital outcry. Death threats scroll by, each word a venomous dart aimed at the accused. The online community erupts with biblical fury, a digital mob unleashed. The screen pulses with the collective rage, a terrifying display of digital wrath. In his darkened apartment, Adrian's face is bathed in the ghostly blue glow of a laptop screen, making him look pale and translucent. His eyes, hollow and haunted, reflect the relentless, hateful comments scrolling endlessly before him. The digital mob's barrage of negativity, a constant torment, has turned on their former folk hero. He is trapped in a relentless storm of online harassment, his spirit visibly wilting under the constant attack. A stark printout, crude and unsettling, is taped to a lamppost, a silent declaration of a life exposed. The paper reveals Adrian's home address, a chilling invasion of his most private sanctuary. Personal family information, once sacred, is now laid bare for any passerby to see. The details are stark, brutally exposed, a testament to a shattered privacy, a life unraveled. This chilling display transforms a mundane lamppost into a monument of violated trust and vulnerability. Adrian's apartment is a desolate landscape of discarded wrappers, a silent testament to his spiraling despair. Slumped in a worn armchair, Adrian appears aged and heavier, his disheveled clothes mirroring his inner turmoil. His once sharp, lively eyes now hold a vacant, distant stare, lost in the depths of his bipolar disorder. The unkempt hair frames a face etched with weariness, a portrait of profound neglect and mental anguish. The scattered remnants of meals surround him, a grim graveyard of forgotten moments in a life consumed by illness. In his small apartment, Adrian, hunched over a laptop, clutches his phone, a flicker of hope in his eyes. Hope fades, replaced by familiar disappointment. He sighs, disconnecting the call and trying another number. The phone rings, then silence, as the call goes to voicemail, deepening Adrian's despair. He stares at the screen, the weight of his reputation. The guy who turned in Manning hangs heavy, making him radioactive. Adrian drifts through the bustling Sacramento streets, a solitary figure lost in the vibrant chaos. His eyes, though open, are distant and unseeing, reflecting an inner void amidst the city's pulse. He moves like a phantom, a ghost haunting the avenues, his presence a stark contrast to the lively crowds. The city hums with life, yet Adrian remains an emotional island, untouched by its rhythm. A profound emptiness emanates from him, painting a somber portrait against the city's bright canvas. Adrian's apartment, a chaotic landscape of takeout containers and discarded clothes, hints at a life adrift. Hunched over, Adrian's eyes are glazed, lost in the vibrant digital world of a video game. The screen's brilliant glow starkly contrasts with the room's dim, isolating reality. Once a thrilling power source, the game is now a hollow refuge, a desperate digital escape. In the dim glow of a bedside lamp, Adrian lies still, a joint burning softly between his fingers. A plume of smoke escapes his lips, drifting upwards as his eyes, distant and pensive, fix on the ceiling. The quiet apartment is punctuated only by the soft occasional crackle of the burning marijuana. Adrian's voice echoes. I've always been a bit of an outsider, I guess. My mind, it just works differently. His words resonate. People talk about mental health like it's a simple fix. It's not. It's a constant battle. A flicker of resolve crosses his face as he concludes. But even through it all, I know, deep down, I did the right thing. I truly believe that. In Adrian's apartment, dust motes dance in the sunlight, illuminating the profound stillness of the room. Adrian lies motionless on the floor, a chilling quiet filling the space, as if time itself has stopped. The grimy window filters the harsh daylight, casting long, stark shadows across the silent apartment. A neighbor discovers Adrian, the sudden intrusion shattering the apartment's eerie tranquility. Inside the stark, sterile coroner's office, a chilling report unfolds, detailing the silent demise. The words "complications related to a heart condition" emerge, stark and clinical, on the screen. Each syllable is a hammer blow, revealing the grim truth behind a life unraveled. Then, the chilling phrase, exacerbated by years of untreated stress, a silent killer laid bare. The starkness of the report is a testament to the unseen battles fought and lost within. A life extinguished, not by a single event, but by the relentless erosion of the spirit. A solitary grave stands in a vast field, its presence stark and alone amidst countless others. No grand funeral procession, no somber crowds, just the quiet dignity of a single forgotten resting place. A simple headstone, almost lost in its plainness, marks the spot. A silent testament to a life once lived. The cemetery silence is absolute, a heavy, deafening presence that hangs in the air, echoing untold stories. A whirlwind of digital headlines explodes across the screen, each one screaming, "Chelsea Manning's commutation" in bold, triumphant fonts. The news flashes by in a relentless, rapid-fire montage, a digital storm of victory and vindication. Amidst the triumphant roar, the name, Adrian Lamo, flickers into view, a faint, almost ghost-like whisper. His name, smaller and fainter, struggles to be seen, as if being erased by the sheer volume and fervor of the newer headlines. Sunlight slices through the silence of the empty apartment, illuminating a space stripped bare of life. Where Adrian once lived, only hollow echoes remain. Every personal trace has been violently erased. A solitary shaft of light pierces the gloom, casting long, lonely shadows across the barren floor. Dust motes swirl and dance in the golden beam, a fragile, swirling ghost of his fleeting presence. The air hangs heavy with absence, the stillness screaming louder than any voice ever could. In this stark void, the dancing dust becomes a poignant monument to a life suddenly extinguished. The morning sun blazes across Silicon Valley, glinting off glass towers and sleek, silent cars. A barista crafts lattes with practiced grace, a small, vibrant detail in the city's relentless hum. Coders share laughter over glowing screens, their world a constant stream of innovation and progress. Self-driving shuttles glide silently, embodying the effortless march of technology through the sunlit streets. Life here pulses with indifferent energy, oblivious to the quiet, unseen end of the man who once held its digital keys. Sunlight streams into the bustling coffee shop, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air like tiny secrets. At a corner table, a young hacker's fingers fly across a laptop keyboard, a half-empty coffee cup their only companion. Unaware of the history steeped in this very spot, the hacker works, a silent echo of Adrian's past. The cycle continues unbroken, a new generation unknowingly following in familiar footsteps. Sunlight streams through a window, illuminating countless dust motes dancing like tiny stars in the air. A younger Adrian, only 6, is caught mid-laugh, his eyes bright with unbridled joy. His small body is a bundle of pure happiness, nestled securely between his loving parents. Adrian's parents smile, their faces soft with an overwhelming affection, a portrait of familial bliss. This vibrant, warm image is a fleeting glimpse, a stark contrast to the quiet solitude that would later define him. The memory lingers, a poignant echo of a joy that once filled the sun-drenched home. A grainy, retro visual of an early internet forum flickers across the screen, a digital ghost from the past. Lines of code and text-based interfaces glow with an ethereal, almost otherworldly light, hinting at hidden depths. Young Adrian, barely a teenager, hunches over a keyboard, his form silhouetted against the glowing screen. His fingers dance across the keys with a surprising speed and precision, a prodigy at work. This is his first foray into hacking, a dangerous game played in the shadows of the digital world. A nascent talent emerges, a spark of genius igniting in the quiet hum of the computer. In a sterile FBI interrogation room, Adrian remains composed, a subtle smile playing on his lips, an enigma in the harsh light. His hands move with a controlled elegance, a silent dance accompanying his words as his gaze holds steady. His voice is calm, almost detached, as he declares, "My actions were driven by intellectual curiosity, not by any malicious intent." The quiet confidence in his eyes suggests a mind always several steps ahead, even under intense scrutiny. In the cold, humming New York Times server room, towering racks of servers stand sentinel, their lights blinking. A security guard ambles through the labyrinthine aisles, his footsteps echoing softly in the sterile silence. He is oblivious, a solitary figure in a world of unseen digital currents. The air crackles with the silent intrusion of Adrian's presence, a ghost in the machine, unseen, unheard. Adrian's digital tendrils weave through the heart of the network. The security guard continues his patrol, a stark contrast to the hidden battle unfolding around him. Sunlight streams into Adrian's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air like tiny secrets. Adrian, a silhouette against the bright window, is intensely focused, his fingers flying across a glowing keyboard. Lines of complex code scroll rapidly across multiple monitors, a digital waterfall of information. He meticulously compiles a detailed report, filled with screenshots and cryptic technical jargon, his brow furrowed in concentration. This is no act of malice, but a meticulous documentation of a successful ethical hack. Each keystroke a testament to his skill. Adrian uncovers vulnerabilities, a silent guardian in the digital realm. In the sterile courtroom, Adrian stands before the judge, his shoulders heavy with an unspoken burden. The air crackles with the silent weight of his decision, a palpable tension filling the space. He accepts his fate with a quiet resignation, a profound weariness etched on his face. His gaze drifts to a distant point, understanding dawning in his eyes. Prison is avoided, But a different, unseen confinement now awaits him, casting a long shadow. Sunlight struggles through the barred windows of the common room, illuminating the stark, clinical space. Adrian sits apart, his gaze distant, observing the other patients with a chilling detachment. Their restless movements and vacant expressions mirror the silent battles raging within his own mind. He remains a silent observer, even of the profound unraveling of his own fractured self. On Bradley Manning's screen, the collateral murder video plays, its horrific imagery stark and unyielding. Scenes of violence and tragedy flicker across the digital display, each frame a brutal testament to war's harsh reality. Manning's gaze is fixed, his face etched with a growing sense of disillusionment and profound moral conflict. The digital world on his screen mirrors the raw, visceral truths of combat, challenging his very core. Adrian stands before the darkened window, his reflection merging with the city's blurred, distant lights. His face, sharply defined against the urban glow, betrays a profound inner turmoil. Manning's confession echoes in his mind, a heavy burden twisting his features into a mask of conflict. He grapples with a moment of intense moral reckoning, the gravity of the situation etched into every line of his face. The weight of a difficult decision presses down on him, palpable in the tense set of his jaw and the depth of his gaze. The city's distant hum seems to mock his internal struggle, a stark contrast to the storm brewing within him. Sunlight streams into Adrian's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air like tiny, silent witnesses. Adrian hunches over his laptop, his fingers flying across the keyboard with desperate urgency. He types a long, detailed email, words pouring out as if justifying his actions to an unseen jury. Each keystroke carries the weight of his decision to report Manning, a silent plea for understanding. On a raised stage, a panel of hackers, their faces grim, is illuminated by the intense glow of their laptops. Their voices, laced with outrage, echo through the convention hall as they discuss the controversial Manning case. They condemn Adrian Lamo's actions, their words solidifying his fate as an outcast in their community. The air crackles with tension as their collective anger transforms Adrian Lamo into a pariah. Adrian's apartment is cloaked in a chilling dimness, illuminated only by the harsh, flickering glow of his laptop screen. Hunched over, his face appears gaunt and drawn, a reflection of the torment he endures. A stark, anonymous package rests on his desk, an ominous presence in the silent room. With deliberate, measured movements, he carefully opens the package, his apprehension palpable. Inside, a deluge of hate mail and stark threats spill forth, a horrifying physical manifestation of online vitriol. Each piece of paper is a venomous whisper, a chilling reminder of the dark tide of animosity he faces. Sunlight streams through the window of a therapist's office, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Adrian sits hunched in a plush armchair, his gaze unfocused, lost in a world of unspoken thoughts. His hands fidget nervously, a silent testament to the turmoil within. He opens his mouth, a desperate attempt to speak, but the words seem to catch in his throat. Only broken fragments escape, betraying the struggle to articulate his deepest feelings. Adrian sits alone on a park bench, a solitary figure amidst the vibrant tapestry of a bustling park. His gaze drifts, a silent observer of families laughing and children chasing, their joy a stark, painful contrast. He is physically present, yet an invisible cloak of emotional isolation wraps tightly around him. The cheerful sounds of the park fade into a distant hum, emphasizing his profound, quiet stillness. In the hushed stillness of Adrian's apartment, the soft glow of a laptop screen paints his face with a quiet melancholy. His fingers drift across the trackpad, scrolling through a digital gallery of his past, each image a vibrant echo of a younger self, full of life and unburdened joy. His eyes, shadowed by a profound sadness, linger on the joyful expressions within the photos. The stark contrast between the vibrant images and Adrian's current stillness is palpable. The only sound breaking the silence is the faint, rhythmic hum of the computer, a lonely companion in the night. Soft morning light streams into Adrian's apartment, illuminating dancing dust motes, a silent ballet in the air. Adrian sits at his worn wooden desk, the glow of his laptop screen a stark contrast to the quiet room. His fingers hover, trembling slightly, above the keyboard, poised but unable to strike the first word. He stares at the blank document, a vast, empty canvas reflecting his inner turmoil. A silent battle rages within him. The words he desperately needs to write remain trapped, unspoken. An unseen stigma, a powerful, oppressive force, silences his voice, holding his thoughts captive. Adrian stands silently by the vast Sacramento River, the sunlight glinting off the ceaseless flow of water. His gaze is fixed on the river, a profound contemplation etched upon his face. The river moves with an indifferent grace, a silent, powerful testament to the relentless march of time. He watches, his expression mirroring a deep, unsettling rumination on his own diminishing relevance. The river's vastness seems to swallow his thoughts, a stark reflection of his inner turmoil. Adrian remains, a solitary figure against the eternal river, lost in the silent passage of all things. In the dim apartment, Adrian's face is illuminated by the soft, flickering glow of a television screen. His eyes are fixed on a documentary, its narrative unfolding before him, capturing his undivided attention. A complex tapestry of emotions crosses Adrian's face, revealing deep empathy for the whistleblowers on screen, especially for Manning. His expression softens with understanding, a silent connection forged through the screen. Yet, a flicker of resentment crosses his features at the mention of her eventual commutation, a sting of injustice. Adrian's apartment, a small and cluttered space, is cloaked in perpetual gloom, mirroring the shadow that hangs over him. He sits slumped at a worn kitchen table, his gaze distant, lost in the oppressive silence of his thoughts. A stark white bill lies before him, a cruel beacon in the dim light. It's a medical bill, a chilling reminder of his deteriorating health, each digit a hammer blow to his spirit. His shoulders, already bowed, seem to sink further under the crushing weight of this new burden. He stares blankly, his face etched with a profound weariness that reaches deep into his soul. In the darkened apartment, a laptop's soft glow illuminates Adrian, hunched over the keyboard, lost in the digital world. Headphones on, Adrian listens intently as a podcast dissects the intricate ethical dilemmas of hacking. His expression remains unreadable, a mask of calm as voices discuss profound moral quandaries. He hears his own story, recounted through the detached lens of academic debate, a chilling echo in the quiet room. The soft hum of the computer and the distant voices are his only companions in the solitary night. Golden sunlight bathes a quiet Wichita street, painting a serene picture of manicured lawns and rustling trees. A gentle breeze whispers through the mature trees, casting dancing shadows on the pristine sidewalks. This unassuming street, once Adrian's final haven, now stands in stark, almost eerie tranquility. The quietude of this place offers a chilling contrast to the monumental echoes of his deeds across the globe. In Adrian's apartment, a close-up reveals a hand, weathered and trembling, clutching a philosophical text. The book's cover is faded, its pages dog-eared, a testament to a lifetime of intellectual curiosity. Each crease and worn edge hints at countless hours spent in deep thought, even in his decline. The book, a silent companion, reflects Adrian's enduring spirit amidst the quiet of his room. In the dim light of his apartment, Adrian sits alone, lost in thought. His gaze is fixed on an old, yellowed newspaper clipping. The headline, "New York Times Hack," screams from the faded page. It's a stark reminder of his past triumph, a moment of notoriety. The once thrilling victory now feels like a distant, unreachable dream. The silence in the room is heavy, amplifying his solitude. Weak sunlight slices through the grimy window of Adrian's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the stale air. Adrian, hunched over a worn wooden table, clutches an official-looking letter, his fingers white with tension. His eyes, shadowed with an unreadable emotion, scan the words, a flicker of profound sadness crossing his face. An invisible chasm yawns between Adrian and the world he once knew, a stark reminder of his deep-seated isolation. There is no forgiveness, only the cold, hard truth of a letter from an old acquaintance. In the dark of Adrian's apartment, the laptop's soft glow paints his face, casting long, dancing shadows. His eyes, once commanding, now reflect the cold light of a news report detailing cybersecurity breaches. The screen flickers, displaying the intricate web of a world he once mastered, now evolving beyond his touch. A silent tension fills the room as Adrian watches the digital chaos, a world he helped build, now alien. The laptop's hum is the only sound, a stark reminder of the evolving cyber landscape he observes from afar. Sunlight streams into Adrian's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Adrian sits before his laptop, a forced smile on his face, attempting to connect with his family. The screen reveals a grid of faces, some distracted, others offering brief, perfunctory greetings. Awkward silences punctuate the conversation, a stark reminder of the emotional distance between them. Quick goodbyes echo, sealing the evident emotional chasm that has settled over the family. In the dim apartment, a solitary desk lamp casts a stark glow on Adrian, hunched over his journal, pen scratching furiously. His frantic scrawl fills the page, a chaotic testament to the turmoil within him, each stroke a desperate confession. I write in this journal to justify myself, to make sense of what I've done. His inner voice echoes, heavy with self-doubt. Every word is a desperate attempt to prove I was right, to silence the gnawing doubt that plagues me. The sun bleeds across the Wichita sky, painting the urban sprawl in a melancholic palette of orange and purple. As daylight recedes, city lights flicker on, a silent testament to the lives unfolding below. The sprawling city hums with an indifferent rhythm, unaware of the profound shifts in its silent depths. The world continues its dance, oblivious to the passing of a complex, controversial figure. In Adrian's apartment, a single dusty laptop sits on a table, its screen a dark, silent void. The laptop stands as a stark monument, a ghost in the machine, a chilling symbol of absence. Its stillness speaks volumes, marking the profound end of Adrian Lamo's digital journey. The dust motes dancing in the air around it seem to mourn a lost connection, a silence that echoes deeply.